Can pets reduce stress? This kind of picks up on the thing we talked about last week, but I think it's more specific. You know what I mean? It's not just mental health. It's just stress reduction. Absolutely.
I think the answer is yes. Can pets reduce stress? Absolutely, they can. How do they reduce stress? I think it's physiological. Like you have a physiological response to a pet like you do to a baby. The way that it looks, its facial structure, big eyes, cute face, and soft, and you can pet it. All those things are like for reducing stress. It's soft when you pet it. The smell of a pet, even that smell makes you like relax, like the smell of a baby and that little face and their little big eyes and all that. Like you have an innate response to all that to lower your blood pressure and stress and all that. What do you think?
I think you were talking earlier about how like even non-biological pets, the robot pets, have been proven to reduce blood pressure and noticeably reduce stress and all these quantifiers in the elderly and in closed experiments or where they really took stats on it. And if a robot can reduce stress, then I mean a real biological pet's got to be just as effective, if not more. So, and even those moments when a pet can increase stress, when the pet does this thing that you're not supposed to do, like, okay, fair enough, but that's just part of the maintenance, part of the responsibility aspect. But when you feel a pet's love, I mean, it's got to be stress reduction. It's got to be.
Absolutely. And then as the other side, can they increase stress? Sure.
Just like a child can, just like your kid can, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, but I think stress reduction is like, this is by far true. Stress is a huge factor in all of our lives and everybody's like day-to-day and mental health and physical health and emotional health. Stress affects all that. Stress is really bad for your health. Extremely bad for your health.
Yeah, it's like smoking. It's terrible.
Yeah. It causes inflammation, generalized inflammation. It causes rises in your cortisone levels. So you're like, excuse me, you're messing up your body. And a pet is instant relief and medical relief. And you got to keep that in mind that those, because you don't have to have your own pet. You could find a friend's pet or a family member that has a pet, or go to the zoo, or, go to the dog park or go volunteer at the animal shelter or whatever. So you can get that little bit of interaction with an animal that's scientifically proven to reduce stress.
Here's something that's kind of interesting is like when a pet picks up on your stress levels. See, that's the thing, like that animal intelligence, they really can sniff it out. I know our cat can pick it up. If because we don't really argue at each other too much, but sometimes we will like raise our voice about a third situation, and we need a sounding board. And when you've got your husband or your wife there who can just and we usually ask permission, hey, can you hear me out for a second? And you kind of raise your voice about a third thing, and you're not angry but the cat might misunderstand. A little.
Pick up on it.
Might pick up on well, you're angry. Are you angry at her? Is everything cool? And just their behavior, it changes.
Absolutely do.
Really observe that. So I don't know. Maybe you can talk on that for a little bit. Just pets are observant of our stress.
Absolutely. I think that they pick up on our energy levels very, very well. And this is going to sound woo-woo and voodoo to everybody. And that's fine. This is to me, working with animals and working with other animal professionals, your energy level is absolutely coming across these animals. Absolutely. That you're matching their energy level. They're matching your energy level. What do you want to call your energy? I call it stress and anxiety. When you have a lot of stress, your hormones start to, pump, your blood starts to pump, your adrenaline is pumping, and they can smell that. They can probably hear your heart rate increase. They can probably sense a lot more of those stress, those reactions to your stress than we can even fathom.
They're in tune with it, you know what I mean? And in a way that maybe we get distracted by modern life. They are really they pick up on things.
Yes, and it's wavelengths. If you're ever monitoring anesthesia, there's wavelengths for your respiration, your heart rate, and the electrical impulses that are sending signals through your body. And that's energy. So when we talk about cats and dogs and animals reading your energy, it's a real thing.
When we're stressed too. I mean, we give hormonal responses to stress.
And I bet the more stressed you are, your hormones and your smell increases. You know what I mean? You have these,
and we're talking about pets who have way stronger noses than we do. They just pick up on stuff.
Absolutely. So they're going to pick up on all those levels of our stress. So if our stress is high, their stress is going to go up. If our stress is low, their stress is going to go down. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of the bond, you know, that communication, nonverbal communication that you're having with them. When it comes
to stress, I think like life's going to get you. You're going to get stressed. And one of the things I really love about having a cat is she picks up on it and she kind of calls me out on it. Now, her language has only a couple words, but she really calls me out on it and says like, hey, why? From my perspective, I eat, I poop, I play. And so my life's easy. And I'm like, I can't just tell her you don't get it. What I tell her, what I think to myself is, okay, she's trying to chill me out because we're family, because this is our space, and it's just whatever's happening sucks, and that's true. But also take a deep breath. You know,
my dog is like that too. She'll like, if we're stressed out, she'll be like more affectionate and more trying to be with us and lick on us. And just, it's obvious to her when we are stressed, and she's trying, and you can tell by her behavior, she's trying to distract us from that stress. I think that's, as a distractor alone, pets decrease our stress.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of stop thinking about whatever you're thinking about that's stressing you out. Look at my cute little face. And that's enough to snap you out of some difficult moments. And I think that's why I like working with animals. I like working with animals because you always have that distractor when things are getting overwhelming, or you're just stressed, or you have a lot of anxiety. Pick up a kitten, pick up a puppy. If that doesn't relieve your stress immediately, I don't know what will. Maybe chocolate.
Maybe.
Really good Belgian chocolate.
Exactly. No, I mean, I think it's really curious, and I don't think it's woo-woo. I think it's psychological awareness. I think when we speak this psychological language, behavioral language, you know, I do think, like you said, there's the biological sciences of it too. There's the hormonal response. There are literal frequencies that you talk about blood pressure. So there's actual science to back this up. And I do think some people take it into woo-woo area, and you know what, to each their own, not trying to judge that. No, but I think here on the Pet Peeves podcast, we are trying to keep things scientific as much as possible, at least from your angle, you know, and I think this is behavioral psychology. This is backed up, you know.
I accept the woo if there's some scientific backup. Yeah, if there's been some testing and but
the woo is just the vocabulary, you know, because there's science to back it up. You know,
it's just hard to describe it. That's all.
That's fair.